Alright, I'm gonna discuss some various topics today. And, hopefully it brings some enlightenment out in some way. First, I'm gonna pretty much just do it while I'm doing dailies, so if I need to, run and show you guys the characters and stuff like that, I will do that gladly as I'm doing it. So, we're gonna discuss team comp. What do I mean by this? Team composition. How does team composition work? What makes team composition work? What are factors of team composition? And how do these factors work together? Okay? So bear with me because I'm probably gonna blow the waters a little bit on how I talk about this. So I apologize if it's a little rough. Team composition means your team is flowing together. And what I mean by flowing together is that each part is working together in harmony to do a certain task. And it was brought on by essentially what I put up for, well, now would be tomorrow's or yesterday's video. Okay. If you make a team and you feel that team works together, nobody can say that's wrong. You might have better characters that would be better suited for whatever you're trying to do. Okay? But it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Come on now. Thank you. Is it in points? Yeah, it's in points. So what I mean by this is I do agree with some people that I've talked to, and I've seen some of their things where you can have 3 warriors instead of. So I'll actually use this segment. So you would use cross. Your first 3, so your front 2, so it would be here and here and here. Okay. Would be your warriors, and then your back 2 would be either support and healing or whatever. So you could have Gil, Ladin, Yuri, Schnee, and Dark Queen. The downside to this is those front 3 are going to be really, really squishy. So if you got a team that can take it and dish it, they're going to dish just as much as they take. Okay. So this is why I normally say you want at least one healer of some kind. And here in a second I will go in and I will show I need gold badly. I need to come in here anyways. So let's, one piece of gear, let's go with him. So you got some options for various healers. So let's pop open here. So the first one, that I want to get out of the way is Mad Granny. Mad Granny's one that a lot of individuals talk about, where she does healing and she increases attack. So she buffs them and she heals them. And then if there's more than one dark hero in the group, it also improves it. So she has to have more dark heroes by her side to make her effective. Um, and then she has some other, factors mixed in with it, where she has some type of control. The next one, and probably the most easiest to get, is Miss Conch. I use her quite a bit. Her first skill is a single attack that has a chance to freeze. Her second one is healing, with healing over time. The next one I would say is Maid Sophie, who can heal and revive. And then the other one that would be a probable notice if you want healing revival would be Larissa. Now, there's some other factors here. Okay? First is Lettuce Sarah. I'm just gonna call her Let. She can heal as well, but she only heals 3 allies, and that's what makes it difficult to just have her as a healer. Okay? But she also deals damage to the team, so she heals and dishes damage. And then when an enemy takes damage from a debuff, so poison, burning, bleeding, curse, floral vortex, which the floral stuff comes from like Bunny Maiden. Okay. She heals. She can heal over time with her passives. Same way with Bremen. And I can't ever remember it, so that's why I'm pulling it up. Yep. So when an ally performs a critical hit, all allies gain HP equal to 10% of the damage done. Okay? So you can get support with healing capabilities. There isn't just natural healing, but this is something I want you to remember. Those types of healing will not maintain your team fully against a strong team. Now, mine kind of works in a different way, and not all the time does it work. That's bound to happen. Okay? You can use 3 warriors. You got Red Queen, you got Fencer Pedro, you got Blade Gina. Blade Gina is one that, even though by herself she's not very strong, Blade Gina is one that I will give high praise to because she targets support roles. So if they got Mad Granny, Larissa, Miss Conch, Maid Sophie, her attacks are going to target those first. And even Bremen, Lettuce, Sarah, if they're a support role, they're getting hit by Blade Gina, which makes her a very strong person. But she is very, very squishy. You got the standard that everybody uses, Yuri, Schnee, and Cindy. Cindy being a mage. That's the next factor, is how do you want your team to work? Your warriors are meant to dish out heavy amounts of damage. Same way with some of your mages. Your mages deal a little bit more AoE compared to your warriors. There's a couple warriors where they do dish some amount of AoE out. Same with guardians. You got Shariar's ultimate that hits, upwards of 3 people. Sometimes 4, depending on how the enemy's team is lined out. You've got which one was it now? I think it's Red Queen that can hit 2 people. You got Gerd that can hit multiple people. I think Gerd is epic. Gerd is also very good. Not very strong, very squishy as well. But she's one that I will add into this list. So, how does this all fit in with team comp? How do you want your team to work together is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, your team composition is how things work and flow inside of your team. Is your team a jumbled mess? Does your team hit like a freight train because it can? I will take that because 4-star heroes are always needed. Okay. When you are composing your team, you have to figure out how you want it done. Don't take everybody's word for it and go, they're probably right, because that bonehead could probably be wrong. Just saying. I get a lot of people that tell me I should use Prince Charming. I want to show you right now why I do not use Prince Charming. Okay? I get that Prince Charming is strong, but let me show you his star skills. So he performs a strike dealing 230% damage that ignores 40% defense and has a 60% chance to inflict electric shock, which over time they lose HP, similar to poison, curse, and all that. So this one would work with Letticera, okay? And it also restores HP equal to 30% of the damage done. So he sustains himself in some manner, okay? He increases his attack by 35%, crit damage by 20%, crit rate by 10%. So there's already a guaranteed 10% chance to crit with 20% bonus to crit damage. And then each time he is hit, the damage cannot exceed 30% of his HP. So he limits how hard he can be hit, and he dishes damage like a tank. And then each of his, what's this? Okay. Each of his attacks have a 50% chance to deal 100% additional normal attack damage. Deals another 20% additional damage to targets with electric shock. So if Thunder Strike provides electric shock, they are now taking an extra 20% damage. And then there's also a 50% chance to deal twice the amount of his damage. So, let's take into account. He has 58,000 attack. Okay? There's a chance it's going to be 116,000 minus whatever is done for uh whatever is done for uh defense, because you got to remove defense and damage relief. So 10% damage relief. Well, let's actually do one better. Let's go find out what Genie Kuya has, okay? He has 20% damage relief, so we're saying 116,000, okay? We're still talking about 20, 22, 23. So we take 23 off, that's, I need, 4, 7, so 93,000 damage. Okay? This is before reduction of defense. So we have a defense of 3,305. So we're dealing 90,000, upwards of 90,000 damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay? Now, if we go back in and we see what Prince Charming does. Since everybody talks about Prince Charming, okay? And I'm not doing this to be a jerk. I'm doing this to show my point, because I'm tired of people being toxic over things that they shouldn't be. We're all players here. It doesn't have to be the same way for every player, okay? So he strikes an enemy in front of him 3 to 5 times, dealing 135 to 225% physical damage. So 45% each strike. There's 135. We're talking 230% from one strike with Ali, plus a chance to go through armor. Okay? And then he gains 10% increased crit rate. He only has 5% crit rate. There's no extra crit damage. When an ally hero attacks, deals an extra blow, or performs a counterattack, this doesn't help any, okay? Lowered crit rate, no extra crit damage. Every normal attack, he pretty much can add King's Light, and at 15 stacks, he casts King's Sword, which he loses all of King's Light, which increases his attack. And then he dishes out King's Sword, which is 110% physical damage, and that's to all enemies. So not bad, right? When his HP drops below 50%, he gains Holy Light, removes all debuffs and control effects. When he's hit, increases his damage relief by 5%. Okay? None of this is equivalent or comparable to what Swift Ali does. So yeah, if somebody attacks or counterattacks, Prince Charming has a chance to do that with them. But wait, what? What just changed? Oh, I think we're at 3 because we're in a different segment here. Okay. Let's actually go back. Album. Go here. Prince Charming. Preview. I think it's upwards of 3 for the skills. Okay. Crit rate is 15%. But there's still no crit damage. Okay. This kind of ability doesn't help me in the manner that I need it to. I need the damage dished out. I need to hit them harder. Oh, it's just buggy for a second. Okay. Every time I hit them harder, it takes out more damage. So let's go ranked match. We're gonna do a couple here. 1, 2, 3. Just throw those in. Let's see what we got. Skip setting. So we got a 9-star Yuri Schnee. We got 8-star Fairy Mary. 9-star Brittany. So essentially, this one I should be able to smack around. Okay. So they're using Yuri Schnee as their tank. Death Mark, if I think right. I'm just going to let this play out. But if I think right, Death Mark is when somebody deals a crit, it unleashes something. I'll double check for you guys in a second, okay? My team comp is 2 tanks. So Genie Kuya can protect 2 of my allies. He protects Shariar and he protects Conch. That helps in some way, but I don't know why he protects Shariar over my Dark Queen. I'll have to do some checking on that here in a minute. I'm gonna skip this because I'm bored watching it. Okay. I'm really am bored watching that because I've been doing so much of these. Okay. Death mark. So death mark is physical damage relief being lowered. So if I think right, Shariar. Why is that makes no sense why Shariar is being protected. I don't know. And this deals, it just says true damage. It does not say whether it is physical or magic. Yeah, it doesn't say whether it's physical or magic. So, altogether, everything works together. Need to throw something in here. You've got to figure out how your team composition mixes together. Okay? You got to figure out where your strong points are, where your weak points are, what you can do, what you can't do. Nobody can tell you how to do that. I can't even tell you how to do that. I'm an idiot. Why would you rely on me to tell you how to do that? I just learn this game by pressing buttons and figuring out what each one can do. If an idiot can press a button, so can anybody else, and that should be enough way to figure out whatever you need to do. Okay? Go finish these up real quick. See what we got here. That one is Nessie. Okay, Nessie is a healer. This one might be difficult, but I'm going to do it anyways because I'm an idiot. And for this segment, I actually want to swap to put those two in different segments. Okay, now we got Prince Charming shut down for a couple of rounds. Okay, one healing. Kuya will heal himself this round. Okay. Okay, now Death Mark. There is physical damage relief. So as you've noticed so far in this round, sustainment. My team is here to sustain. I'm going to take the Dark Knight out in this next couple rounds. uh, Prince Charming is not going to last much longer. This is why I say Prince Charming is not that good. I have two characters that counterattack, both Swift Ali and Kuya. If you counterattack and hit my Kuya, he's going to most likely counterattack you too. So now we got two characters on a 1.8 mil that's already out. The Yuri Schnee that is maxed out level 9, and the Nessie that started level 9 have not put a dent in my team yet. And it's not because their team is bad or anything. It's because the way my composition works. My composition is meant to sustain against these types of teams that want to dish out massive damage quickly. That type of thought process just doesn't work completely. You have to have a full team of 9s in most cases, or at least 2 or 3 high up 9s to take me on. Right now I've got 2 9s, Genie Kuya and Miss Conch. I'm running out of XP like crazy, and it's unfortunately rather difficult. Now my team is fully healed, all the damage is going to be dished out, and Nessie's going to drop pretty quick. There's a couple crits there. Alrighty. We'll just hit skip to get this last one done. Okay. It's not about how strong a team is. It's about the way their composition works. If your composition's good, you should expect good things. If your composition is bad, you should expect bad things. There's never a wrong answer as long as your team works together and does what it needs to do. Don't just look at characters and go, oh, because he's myth, he's probably better than anybody else. I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, that is not the case. And that's why I'm here proving this today. So, I'm going to end this here, even though I'm doing some random stuff. I'm going to call it here for the team composition. Thank y'all.